Hi, I'm Rhonda Buss, and welcome to another episode of So Busted's Material Witness. I'm so happy today because I actually have a fellow member of Haute Couture with me today. Her name's Kay Blaschke. She doesn't have a book to sell. She's just a fellow sewer. But the reason I asked her if she would agree to be interviewed was because at our fashion show she did this fabulous little outfit that I really thought all of you would enjoy seeing, and it was rather ingenious how she put it together. So I'm going to show you that, and what's special with this one is that she's agreed for me to write up a tutorial so you can make one for yourself.
Hi everyone.
And when you see this, you'll see that it's really nice, especially for summer.
Yes.
And
yes.
yeah, and it's nice if you want to have a long skirt and then a short skirt. You can have both at the same time. So I'm getting the anticipation up a little bit, but that's okay because it is a really fun thing. And her inspiration behind it was fun to hear about as well. So, Kay, how long have you been a member of Haute Couture?
I've been a member of Haute Couture since 2014. So this was my third fashion show with the club. And I'm always really excited to see everybody's work in the fashion show. I'm so inspired when I see other people's work. And it just makes me want to increase my own sewing skills.
Which she did recently. We have an organization here in Chicago called AIBI, and it's the Association...
It's the Apparel Industry Board, Inc.
And I rehearsed that a number of times and still managed to mess it up. So, yes, the Apparel Industry Board. And you had about a 9-month course.
That's right.
With them.
I took an industrial sewing course there. I was so lucky because the city of Chicago gave AIBI a grant to teach people industrial sewing skills and repopulate, reinvigorate the sewn products industry in Chicago. And I was lucky enough to be a part of that. I learned a lot of things, and I actually made some things for small designers in the area. It was just a fabulous experience.
Yeah, she showed me the books that she put together during the course of her class, and it was quite intense. And so now you didn't start life out doing this. You started life out somewhere totally different.
I was a paralegal for about 25 years, working for several big law firms in Chicago. I specialized in trusts and estates, and I jokingly said that I played with dead people's money because when somebody died, you had to split up the estate and settle it, and it provided me with a great livelihood for many, many years.
Which I have a little bit of a hard time believing because look at the girl. She's 12.
Oh, yeah.
No, she does look really young.
I love her.
But I'm only telling the truth. So anyway, here she comes from a very different background, but what inspired you to take the course?
I always loved sewing in the arts. I always wanted to do more in the arts. My mom was a beautiful seamstress, more beautiful than I can ever achieve. Her top stitching, everything was so pretty. And she made me many items of clothing growing up. And so I've been sewing a little bit since I was, I'd say about 12 really. Mm-hmm. But I just always felt like I struggled. And I still do struggle to a certain extent. But I wanted to increase my skills. So I just thought, boy, that was a great way to increase my skills. And I applied for the program, and I really, really tried hard to get into it. I wasn't sure that I was going to get in. And I got in, and I was retired from my job as a paralegal. So I had this free time, and what a gift What a gift to be able to do this.
Very nice. So now, just to continue, because and one thing I want to say is I think all of us who have been sewing for any amount of time, be it little amount of time, big amount of time, we're all growing. We're always growing. So just because you've been sewing for 30, 40 years, it doesn't mean that there's not something new to learn or to hone your skills in just a little bit better. So we're all in the same boat. Now, once she graduated from the program, you actually started working for a tailor.
That's right. I started working for Alva Graciano Tailors in Chicago. They're a great tailor shop. They do a lot of high-end work on bridal. I've seen so many beautiful clothes there. They also do tailoring for men's suits. I have not done the most sophisticated tailoring there yet, but I've been able to do many alterations, including men's sleeve cuffs and plackets, and
that's what I wanted you to talk about.
I'm always honing my skills. And when you remove a placket, we remove it with a razor blade, which was shocking to me at first. I thought, oh no, I'm going to cut the fabric. But it's really an easier way to remove it.
So when the guy comes and picks up his shirt with his short sleeves, it's just like, isn't that what you want?
Razor blade, right? So I'm learning a lot of little tips and tricks, learning how to take this placket off and remove it, perhaps shorten the sleeve and put it all back together and make it look, well, the goal is to make it look like nothing ever happened to it.
Right.
So, and sometimes they'll use one thread on the top side of the cuff and another thread in the bobbin. So we endeavor to match that exactly as it was taken off, you know. So learning things, still learning.
Always, always. So I asked her, you know, where does she want to go from here? And when you see the outfit that we're going to talk about today, it has a bit of a Harlequin,
yes,
Moulin Rouge feel to it, just a little bit on the costume side, and so she feels like maybe she was a costumer in another life.
That's right.
Yeah, and so she wanted her goal now is to sew more for yourself.
That's right, and to be able to create my own ideas and designs out of my head and make them come to fruition in the garment, and then take patterns and change them up, or just make sure that the sewing has finer details with them.
The skirt in particular that we're going to talk about today, she was telling me that it kind of, you know, it took a bit to put it all together, and I told her, I said that's how it is with anything. It takes someone who's been designing for, and even if you've been designing for eons of years, you can have an idea in your head and actually bring it to life. There's usually a process to that. It doesn't typically just draw the design and then poof, there it is. There's a little bit of a process to it, and she talked about it. So what I'm going to do in the tutorial is just take it down to what it is now instead of going through the whole process, just so you can actually recreate it yourself. So I'm very happy that you agreed to do this, Mary Kay. It's fun. We're actually in her kitchen, which is just, as you can see, it has this lovely Spanish red backsplash and just really pretty. So we'll take just a quick break, and then we'll be back with her garment. And so stay tuned.
See ya.
Okay, we're back with Mary Kay Blaschke and her super cute little outfit. This is the one that she did for the fashion show. And why did you choose to do this?
Well, I chose it for a couple of reasons. At AIBI, we had started working on a circle skirt, which I ended up not making. But in an effort to make the circle skirt and fulfill one of the categories of the fashion show for the Haute Couture Club, which was in my wildest dream, a black and white series, I decided to use this fabric, which at the time looked kind of sheer to me, with this other fabric, which I thought would make a great unitard. And I liked the idea of the stripes going one way and the stripes going the other way on the body to elongate the body. So I thought that would be a great way to satisfy killing two birds with one stone. And the garment evolved a little along the way, so it did not turn out to be a circle skirt, but it did turn out to be a nice piece for the runway of the Haute Couture Club, and a piece that I'll enjoy wearing to a party.
Mm-hmm. So now here comes the magic. Mary Kay,
Okay.
Show them what it actually does.
So the nice thing about this gown is it can be worn two different ways, long or
voila. So it actually has kind of a Roman shade feel, and it's actually constructed just like a Roman shade would be done. It actually has rings on the inside of the skirt. Now it will pull up and be even on both sides, but you can see she did a little unit. There you go. She did a little unitard. So this was so cute for the fashion show. She got tons of applause for this because they were not ready for this at all. So she went with, she just really went with the whole Moulin Rouge, Harlequin feel with the boots and everything. But of course, this can be made in anything. And so it's the design that I was really intrigued with, and I thought that you would be intrigued with as well. So there's actually 3 sets of rings on the inside, and then the ribbon that pulls it up, and then there's a little trick, and we'll show you that. So Mary Kay, tell us about the little collar that's on the...
The little collar is just a ruff that I made with inverted pleats.
Mm-hmm.
And I roughly drafted it with toilet paper because they had the divisions in the toilet paper to see how it would turn out. And then I took the fabric and made, interfaced it, and just started knittling and folding till I got the shape I wanted, and then just hand stitched it down into place with a hook and eye at the back, so
Mm-hmm.
it can be removed.
Right. So, it makes the whole outfit very, very versatile. So the black and white skirt, the horizontal skirt, it can be worn with a black top or anything, or even the unitard, you could wear it with a solid black skirt, or
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and make it a little more business-like, funky business, we'll call it. But I just think it's such a great idea. And so, like I said, the tutorial will be on the blog of how to do this. So I'm itching to get home and make one for myself. And so let it go back down, Mary Kay. So you see how easy it is. It's just really, it's effortless. So it's really something, it could be a day to night kind of a look too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just, thank you, Mary Kay.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
It's
Thank
just
you
such
for having
fun.
me.
Yes. So I look forward to all the things that you're going to do in the future. And thanks again for giving us a peek into your garment and allowing us to copy your fabulous design. It's just so much fun.
Thanks, Rhonda.
Thanks so much. So until next time, keep sewing.
Okay.